All right, I've had a question about 3U physics, and the question is how to determine the direction after you find your resultant. So this is just clarifying how you do come up with that final solution. So this is after you've done your algebra, your stacked addition. So let's keep it simple. 2i plus 3j plus another vector, 5i plus 4j. Do your stacked addition. So we end up with 7i plus 7j. All right, so do your magnitude, so on and so forth. So the magnitude of your resultant in this case is 7 squared plus 7 squared, 49 and 49, so root 98. The angle, tan inverse of the y component over x. So in this case, tan inverse of 7 over 7 gives me a 45-degree angle. All right, so how do you determine the directional coordinates? When we use the algebraic method here, the algebraic method always will produce an x component first, and because the x component, all right, is on the same axes as our east and west, that means that this sign, or this value, tells us whether we have an east or west component. If it's a positive value like it is here, that means we moved on the positive x-axis, which means we are heading toward the east. If it would have been a negative 7, that means we would have moved along the negative x-axis toward the west. All right. Similarly, the y component here will then tell us if we are heading north or south. So again, it aligns positive y-axis matches with north, negative y-axis matches with south. So if we end up with a positive value, it means we're going up the positive y-axis, which means we're heading north. Negative y-axis means we're heading south. So therefore, in this case, we would end up with root 98 units, and my direction would be, because it's a positive value over here on the 7, we would be heading east. I insert my angle. The y component's also positive, so it would be north. All right. If, for example, we ended up with a resultant equal to negative 3i minus 3i, keep it the same, so it's always 45 degrees for me. So now we have negative components. So my x component's negative, so that means I'm moving to the left on the y-axis, or I'm moving west. My y component's negative, so I'm going down on the y-axis, which is heading toward the south. So I would end up with, I think it's square root of 18 for the magnitude units, and it would be west, the angle you calculate, and south. All right, so those signs on the x and y component indicate which direction we are moving, and allows us to fill in our directional information. And the nice thing with the algebraic method, again, it's always, x component always comes first in the resultant. It tells us whether we're going east or west. Y component's always second, and it indicates whether we will be moving north or south. All right, hopefully that clarifies any questions that were out there. If you have any follow-up, please let me know, and I will try to fix those problems. Good luck.